Hello fellow photographers, welcome to another episode of the Planit for Photographers video tutorial. The Planit is a mobile app that runs on Android and iOS at the moment. In this video tutorial, we will focus on the sun and the moon related feature. If you scroll down from the title bar or from the ephemeris pager, you can see this ephemeris page chooser. And the first four features are the one we're going to cover in this video tutorial. In the next video tutorial, I will cover the sun moon finder. We're gonna do that in a separate video because this feature was used a lot and it's more complex as well. So let's get started. That's the first page is right here, which is rise and set. It's gonna cover the sunrise, sunset, moonrise, moonset. There's four different events. And the first row has the sun in the middle. So it has everything related with the sunrise, the sunset. The second row is the moon, so it has moonrise, moonset. And from the arrow, you can tell it's going up, which means the sunrise. So this time over here is the sunrise time. And this angle has this icon. This icon means azimuth. It has a lowest at the azimuth is considered as the lowest at 0 degree and lowest. And for the east, then you go clockwise. So the east is 90 degree, south is 180 degree, and west is 270 degree. So if you're not sure what it means, you can always tap here to see the description of what it means by azimuth and what this means. And it even tell you can non-press to do certain things in the tip. Even though all the information was covered by this pager, we are not just limited to this small area. We display the same information over the map as those ephemeris overlay, as well as on the slider. So let's take a look. If you look at the top page, you see this has an arrow icon pointing up. It's a light yellow color. And if you look at here, it's a yellow color as well. And this one is darker color. And here the darker color. So these two corresponding to each other. Here we show all the numbers, like the time, like the degrees. It's not very visualized. Just see some values. People may not understand what that means or may not be able to visualize it. But over the map, we can easily visualize the azimuth. So over the map is always, if you're going this way, is always the north, and this way is always south. And this is the east, and this is the west. So from here, you can easily tell the azimuth of those four events. So this is the sunrise, the color matched with this color. And this is the sunset, the color matched this color. And this is moonrise, match this one. And this is moonset, match this one. So the map, of course, has the advantage of showing azimuth. However, it does not show the time. And if you look at the time slider, it has an advantage of showing the time. If you look at here, this is the daytime. This color, this blue color means daytime, and this black color means nighttime. So here, this is the sunrise time. And this is the sunset. From here to here is the same as from this time to this time. And for the moon, you can see this blue line over there. This is the moonrise, corresponding to this one, and this moonset, corresponding to this one. And if you drag the slider, we're gonna show the curve of the sun and the moon elevation. Look at this curve. You can see here it's past 0, and here it goes back to 0. So that's a moonrise and moonset. From the time slider, you can easily tell of the day of April 18, it is moonrise first, then the sunrise, then the moonset around noontime, and then the sunset. You can tell the order by looking at time slider. In addition to the map and slider, we also show the same information in the viewfinder. We can go to the viewfinder. Let's drag over there. Then go to the viewfinder VR mode. So from here, you can see this is the sunrise position. This is the moonrise position. So the time match with this one, and this time match with this one. The advantage of the viewfinder is you can imagine what it looked like in your camera. So here I can set the camera focal length to 24mm lens, so I can see this is where the sunrise is, this is where the moonrise is. And in addition, you can drag to see the sun and the moon position as well. And if you have some markers added, you can see the relative position. Let's say I have a marker right over here. You can see the relative position of the sunrise as to the marker. That's the advantage of the viewfinder. So simply speaking, same information, the 4 events over here, we show it on the map in the viewfinder as well as in the time slider. So 3 different places, different type of visualization. For any time on the ephemeris pager, you can down press to set the time. Let's say I want to quickly go to the sunrise time. So you can simply non-press this. See, the time was set to 6:15 a.m. That's the sunrise time. And it also shows in green. If you go to the moon set time, you can non-press here. On the time set to the moon set time is 11:40 a.m. Now keep in mind, you don't have to have exactly 11:40 to have the green shows up. Anytime 5 minutes before or after the current time, we will show it in green. So let's say I change the current time to 11:43. You can see here, time is 11:43, but here it's still in green. So that's why it's 5 minutes before and after the time, we're gonna show it in green. You can also long press to change the azimuth of the camera. But right now I'm pointing to the east, so the azimuth of the camera focal length is pointing to the almost to the east side. I can long press to set the camera azimuth. Now is the camera azimuth set to 112.8, which is the same as the sunrise azimuth. So same thing with here. I can set to the sunset azimuth just by non-pressing it. The last for this page is these 2 icons can be long pressed. You can always tap to see what it means. Sometimes tap doesn't work. Like tap this guy doesn't work. Like tap this icon doesn't work. But if tap here, it's gonna show the tip to tell you what you can do with it. They tell you can non-press to show or hide the overlay related to the sun. So because sometimes when I do a plan, I only need to deal with the sun, or sometimes I only need to deal with the moon. In that case, I want to hide the other information so that the UI is not cluttered. Like in this case, you're working on a plan only related to the moon. I can non-press on the sun to hide it. Like you can see the 2 lines related to the sun is gone. And from here, you can see the sun used to have a sun curve as well as the sun icon. That is gone as well. I can also long press to show it again. And you can long press the moon. Now you see the moon related information is gone. Same thing over here. There's no more moon information. And also, if you go to the viewfinder, the same thing. There's no moon information over here as well. And if I non-press, you will see the moon right shows up. So by non-press here, these 2 icons, you can change the visibility of any sun or moon related features. Okay, let's cover the rise and set page. The second page is a twilight. The twilight, there are 2 different twilights. One twilight is before the sunrise in the morning. So that is this part. And the second part is the twilight after the sunset. That's over here. So if you take a look here, this time is the sunrise time. If you go back, you can verify that this is sunrise time. And this time is the sunset time. And for each twilight, there are 3 types of twilights. There are civil twilights, nautical twilights, and astronomical twilights. Those twilight definition was based on the sun elevation. The civil twilights, the sun elevation was from 0 to -6 degrees. If you imagine the elevation angle you see in the sun, so if the sun is on the horizon, the elevation angle is 0. And when it goes down furthermore, it goes to -6. That's when the civil twilight ends. From here to here is the civil twilight in the morning. That's from -6 degrees to 0 degrees. Then for the nautical twilights, the sun elevation was from -12 to -6. Then for the astronomical twilights, the sun elevation angle was from -18 to -12. So that's the definition of 3 twilights. You can always long press on this value to set it. It's always set to the starting of the twilight period. And here you're going to set to 720. You cannot set to the end of the twilight because you can always set to the next one. Now it's 746, which is the starting of the nautical twilight. You can also tap to help give you a help information to tell you what's civil twilights. Over the map, it also shows something different. Let's go back to here. So from here, you can see this is the sunset time, and this is the end of civil twilight. This is the end of the nautical twilight, and this is the end of the astronomical twilight. Here is sunrise, azimuth, civil twilight, nautical twilight, astronomical twilight. It goes by different shades as the sun setting down. We also show the same information in the viewfinder. So this is a sunrise twilight. So from here to here is a astronomical twilight. From here to here is nautical twilight. From here to here is the civil twilight. The next page is special hours. For the special hours, we show 2 special periods that the landscape photographer are most interested. The first is a golden hour. The definition of a golden hour is when the sun is from 0 degree to 60 degree above the horizon. So which means the sun still up on the sky, but it's very low on the horizon. So this is the sunrise part. This is just after sunrise. So 6:15 is the sunrise time, and 6:47 is the sun was at a 6 elevation angle. So then that's the period of the golden hour. For the same thing, when the sun set, this is when the sun was at 6 degree above the horizon, and this is the sunset time. Both of them the sun was at a very low angle above the horizon. In these 2 periods, the sun color is much richer than the daytime. That's why landscape photographers like this 2 period. Then we also have the blue hour. The definition of blue hour is when the sun was from -4 to -8 degree. Because of refraction, the sun was setting below the horizon. However, there's still some left over from the sun, and the sun reflected over the sky. And if you have a non-exposure of the sky, you will see a very deep dark blue color. It's different from the blue sky in daytime. So that's the best time for cityscape night photography. And last, we got the light. The light is when the sun was setting down to -18 degrees. And this time indicates the beginning of the night photography if you want to shoot for star trail or Milky Way. Anytime before that is too early because the sky color is still changing. After this time, the sky color becomes constant, so you can start shooting for celestial objects. Again, you can always non-press the set the time to the beginning of the period, and you can also tap here to show a description of those special hours. And same thing in the viewfinder, you can see the different period. This is the ending of the night period. From here to here is a blue hour, and then from here to here is a golden hour. And we also show the color change over here. You can see here, from here to here is a golden hour, and from here to here, a 3 period of the twilight. Now let's go to the 4th page. Whenever you want to find the sun and the moon position, you always switch to the sun and moon position page. If you take a look, it's this page over here. If you just want to find out the sun and the moon elevation, you can use the slider. Because slider, we're going to show the sun and the moon elevation. The elevation is important, that's why we show it over here, so they can always available to you. The sun and the moon elevation will have a big impact on your landscape photos. That's why we show it on the slider and always show it. And for azimuth, it's not as important. But if you do want to find out azimuth of the sun and the moon position, you have to go to this page to take a look. And this is also only page you can see the moon percentage and the moon, the phase name. We show the actual what the moon looks like over in the icon, even over this page. But this is the only page we show the name of the moon phase and the percentage. And you can always tap here to see what the angle means in case I'm not sure. And this is also the only page we show the sun pass and the moon pass. And you can tap here to hide it. Now the sun moon pass is gone, and now it's coming back. Here, when I turn it off, nothing else was showing. But if you go to the viewfinder mode, you will see the difference. So now I turn it on, you can see the sun moon pass in the viewfinder. And if I turn it off, you will see the stars. So that's the difference. So you can see the stars over here. And you can even see the color change. So here it become a nighttime. So you see the color become a deeper blue color. And during the daytime, it's a different kind of blue. And if you tap here, you will see the pass instead. You can see the sun movement along the pass. And you can even see the moon movement. This is the moon over there. So this covers the first 4 pages, sun and moon. In the next video tutorial, I will have a separate video just showing how to do a plan, use this feature we just learned. See you next time.